The 6 things I wish I knew about healing diabetic foot ulcers. Number 6, be careful not to walk or stand on your diabetic foot ulcers whenever possible. Keep the weight and pressure off your foot ulcer area. Also, if you do any exercises, please keep off your foot ulcer wound area. Number 5, keep sanitation a prime concern. Please keep your wound area clean, including fresh dressings and bandages. Keep diabetic foot ulcer wounds clean and dry, always with fresh bandages after getting a wound wet, such as after a shower. Now, I always keep bandages, the old bandage, on when I'm taking a shower. I just think it's a lot smarter. And then, of course, when I get out of the shower, I dry off and I get the bandage changed out. Always keep your bathing area clean and sanitary. If you don't keep things clean and sanitary, you're in for trouble. Always consult with your doctor about dressing your wound and sanitizing your diabetic foot ulcer. Number 4, most doctors, including podiatrists, that will treat your foot ulcer won't know how to heal them beyond, well, pretty much beyond basic wound care. Many will debride and cut and trim your wound. Maybe they will recommend an antibiotic, but always be cautious. There are many aggressive doctors that want to trim or debride your foot a lot, and you need to be very cautious about these overly aggressive doctors. Number 3, keep wounds exposed to fresh air whenever possible. That does not necessarily mean keeping the wound uncovered for extended periods of time, but try to use breathable bandages whenever possible. This just kind of allows the fresh air to get into the wound area and, chat with your doctor about what they recommend as far as bandages go. Number 2, very expensive Manuka honeys. They can definitely help. I tried using them for a year or two. They weren't quite the miracle cure that they were purported to be. They never cured my diabetic foot ulcers, but they can't hurt. But I would say that with any honey, it doesn't necessarily need to be that fancy Manuka honey that's very expensive, $150 for a little tiny jar. I just never found that they really cured like they claimed. But the number 1 thing that will cure your diabetic foot ulcer, by far the best, the only thing that I ever found to heal my foot ulcers, was strict blood sugar control. Now, when your blood sugars are, quote, normal, your body will heal itself. The higher your blood sugars, the slower your body will heal itself, if at all. When my blood sugars were out of control in the 200 to 300 plus range for more than 12 years, I saw well over a dozen different doctors and specialty wound care doctors, podiatrists. None of them could cure my foot ulcers. Now, once in a while, they might ask me how my blood sugars were, and I would say, well, I'm taking my medications as I'm supposed to, but that wasn't really the answer, and they never asked beyond that. They never wanted to really know what the number was. Nobody ever did an A1C test, which is a blood sugar level test from the last 3 months, to really see if I was in that range. Nobody understood this fact. No doctor I ever went to did. But in my opinion, that is a fact of life. If you don't have blood sugars in the normal range, then I don't believe your diabetic foot ulcers will ever heal, or at least they didn't for me on my body for more than 12 years. And it's high and out of control. It's really simple, inexpensive A1C test, less than $20. And right then and there, they can tell whether my blood sugars were in control or sky high out of control. And my body just wouldn't heal. So what to do? Do you really want to heal your diabetic foot ulcers? Stop playing games and take responsibility for your body. Cure yourself. Yes, ask your doctor for their assistance as well, of course. Maybe you might need an antibiotic and maybe not. But you can do the number one thing that took me more than 12 years to figure out. And that is keep your blood sugars normal or close to normal. And I did that with a keto type, low carbohydrate style of eating. I can keep my blood sugars in the low 100 range, plus or minus, throughout the day easily, and I'm never hungry. Test your blood sugars frequently and often. Otherwise, you have no clue where your blood sugars are. You may think they're low, and they may be, and they may not be. I hate blood sugar testing. They're inconvenient, and the prick to get the drop of blood out of your finger is a pain, yes. But my suggestion is multiple and often, like 7 or 8 times a day. When you've got a foot ulcer that's not healing, you need to take your blood sugars 7 or 8 times a day. 1 in the morning, 1 mid-morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the mid-afternoon, then 1 at dinner time, early evening, just before you go to sleep. And that's a lot of testing. I agree. But you only have to do it for a while. And you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Now, maybe you think that's excessive, and it may be. That's what I did, and it helped cure and heal my foot ulcers that were not healing for more than 12 years. Do you absolutely have to do that? No, you don't. But it really does help you and give you a strong indication of where your blood sugars are throughout the day and throughout the night. Keeping your blood sugars low around 100 plus or minus can aid your body to start healing itself. So what if my blood sugar levels are like 185? Well, that's okay. It can always be much worse, but then again, it's a start. But you need to be doing better than that. Well, what about if my blood sugars are 150? Again, that's real good, but you can probably do better than that. But be cautious. Do not try to keep your blood sugars too low. Shoot for the prime target of around 100. Again, that's a plus or minus target. That's a healthy throughout the day and night. Do not go too low. Lower is not better. Do not get your blood sugars below 70 or 80 range. Blood sugars below that range can be very dangerous, even potentially life-threatening dangerous when you get them too low. Below 70 is you're just taking real bad gambles and chances. So never try to get your blood sugars much below 100. 100 range is healthy, plus or minus. Eating a keto style of eating was able to heal my chronic foot ulcer wound in about 16 weeks, little over 4 months. It was a real, genuine miracle to me. After 12 years and more than a dozen doctors, I finally healed my diabetic foot ulcer wound. And you can as well. Try a keto style of eating and you may lose fat weight. You may lower your blood sugars. You may feel full, satiated during the day and night. You may feel great physically. Mentally, easy food preps, no expensive diet foods, maybe even experience a healing miracle of your own. I believe you can experience your own miracle too. Try it, and thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day and take care.